Welcome back to WiserReads, the channel where we break down powerful books into wisdom you can apply to your life. Today, we're diving into a bold and transformative guide. Turn your mind into a weapon, the road to insane discipline. This book isn't just about motivation, it's about reshaping the way you think, act, and live until discipline becomes your sharpest tool for success. We live in a world filled with constant distractions, temptations, and excuses. Most people let their comfort zone dictate their future. But this book challenges that mindset completely. It argues that discipline is not something you're born with. It's a weapon you forge, sharpen, and wield every single day. By training your mind to embrace discomfort, by pushing past fear and laziness, you develop an inner strength that no obstacle can break. What makes this book stand out is its direct, no-nonsense approach. It doesn't glorify quick wins or overnight transformations. Instead, it lays out a roadmap where consistent effort, pain turned into fuel, and ruthless focus lead you toward mastery. You'll learn how to silence the inner voices that sabotage your growth, build systems that make discipline automatic, and ultimately create a mindset so unshakable that setbacks become stepping stones. The message is clear. If you want freedom, achievement, and lasting success, discipline must be your weapon of choice, and this book shows you exactly how to build it. So, whether you're struggling with procrastination, searching for clarity, or simply wanting to toughen your mindset, this summary will give you the tools to start turning your own mind into a weapon. Stay tuned, because what you'll hear today may be the spark that completely changes how you face your battles.
The battlefield of the mind. Every struggle we face in life begins long before any physical action. It begins in the mind. The battlefield of the mind explores this truth, showing that discipline, resilience, and success are not determined by external circumstances, but by the internal wars we either win or lose daily. The chapter emphasizes that the human mind is both a weapon and a weakness. Left untrained, it becomes vulnerable to doubt, fear, procrastination, and the endless lure of comfort. These mental traps act as silent enemies, convincing us to settle for less, to delay action, or to quit when things get difficult. But when the mind is disciplined, it transforms into the sharpest blade we can wield, cutting through excuses and forging unwavering determination. The author explains that victory in life doesn't come from extraordinary talent or luck, but from mastering thought patterns. By controlling focus, rejecting destructive self-talk, and choosing clarity over chaos, we create an inner fortress against distraction and weakness. Mental toughness, then, is not about ignoring struggle, but about facing it with awareness and persistence. Ultimately, this chapter teaches that your greatest battles are invisible, fought in silence within your own head. Conquer your thoughts, and you conquer your world. Lose to them, and no amount of external success will save you. The mind is the battlefield, and the outcome of that war defines everything else in life.
Forging mental armor. Life constantly tests us with doubt, failure, and unexpected challenges. Forging mental armor is about building the resilience to withstand those blows without breaking. Just like a warrior needs protective gear before entering battle, we need mental armor to guard our focus, energy, and determination from the constant attacks of negativity and distraction. The chapter explains that mental armor is not about becoming emotionless or shutting out the world. It's about strengthening your inner defenses so that fear, criticism, and setbacks don't penetrate deeply enough to derail your mission. Every time you choose to persevere through discomfort, you add another layer of protection. Each disciplined choice, no matter how small, acts like steel plating, shielding your mind from weakness. A key point is that forging mental armor requires deliberate practice. You must train yourself to embrace discomfort, confront fears, and silence the destructive voices within. Challenges should not be avoided. They are the forge that hardens your mindset. Just as metal becomes stronger under fire, the mind grows sharper and more resilient under pressure. The author also stresses the importance of controlling input. The books you read, the people you listen to, and the environment you create either strengthen or weaken your defenses. By surrounding yourself with constructive influences and refusing to entertain negativity, you reinforce the walls around your focus. In the end, forging mental armor makes it clear. Strength is not built in moments of comfort, but in trials that demand courage. With every test you endure and every distraction you overcome, your armor thickens. And when your armor is strong, no criticism, failure, or fear can pierce your resolve.
The enemy within, comfort and excuses. The greatest enemy we face is often not external. It lives quietly inside us. The enemy within, comfort and excuses, reveals how our own habits, fears, and rationalizations hold us back more than any obstacle in the outside world. Comfort lulls us into stagnation, while excuses provide a convenient way to avoid responsibility. Together, they quietly sabotage our potential. This chapter emphasizes that the mind naturally seeks ease. It whispers, "Not today," or "It's too hard," convincing us that staying in our comfort zone is safer than growth. Every time we give in, we reinforce weakness and delay progress. Excuses, meanwhile, act as justification, masking inaction with false reasoning. The combination of comfort and excuses becomes a powerful internal force, one that can quietly erode ambition, discipline, and purpose. The author explains that awareness is the first weapon against this internal enemy. By recognizing moments when comfort tempts us or excuses creep in, we regain control over our choices. Small actions, consistently taken, are the antidote. Choosing discomfort, embracing challenge, and refusing to rationalize inaction gradually dismantle the influence of this enemy. Importantly, the chapter shows that struggle is not a threat, it is the proving ground. Facing discomfort builds resilience, while excuses only build regret. By confronting your internal resistance daily, you transform hesitation into decisiveness and fear into action. In the end, the enemy within reminds us that the most dangerous adversary is the one we cannot see, ourselves. Mastering your mind means refusing to let comfort dictate your life and rejecting excuses as a crutch. Victory begins when you decide that growth, discipline, and action outweigh the fleeting ease of avoidance.
The power of ruthless consistency. Success is rarely the result of one grand action. It comes from the relentless repetition of small, deliberate steps. The power of ruthless consistency teaches that discipline is not about occasional bursts of effort or fleeting motivation. It is about showing up every day, without fail, and executing the fundamentals with precision. The chapter emphasizes that consistency is more important than intensity. A single day of extreme effort cannot replace years of steady progress. When you commit to disciplined routines, even small actions compound over time, producing results far beyond what sporadic effort could achieve. This is the essence of turning your mind into a weapon, using predictable, repeated behavior to gain unstoppable momentum. Ruthless consistency requires eliminating excuses and distractions. It means following through on commitments even when you don't feel like it, and refusing to let mood, circumstance, or external chaos dictate your actions. Over time, this repetition builds a mental edge. You start to trust yourself, your habits, and your capacity to overcome obstacles. The author also highlights the importance of patience and persistence. Results may not appear immediately, but consistent action ensures that when opportunity arises, you are prepared. In contrast, inconsistency breeds regret and missed potential. Ultimately, the power of ruthless consistency shows that discipline is a lifestyle, not a task. By committing to repeated, intentional actions every day, you transform your mind into a weapon capable of cutting through resistance, fear, and doubt. Success is not a matter of chance. It is the inevitable result of a mind trained in the art of relentless, unwavering consistency.
Pain as fuel, harnessing struggle for growth. Struggle and discomfort are often seen as obstacles, yet pain as fuel reframes them as essential tools for growth. This chapter teaches that pain, when understood and harnessed, can become the driving force that propels you forward instead of holding you back. Every challenge, setback, or failure carries a lesson if you have the discipline to extract it. The author explains that avoiding pain keeps us weak, while facing it builds strength. Mental toughness is forged not in comfort, but in the fire of adversity. By embracing challenges rather than fleeing them, you convert suffering into energy, focus, and resilience. Pain becomes a signal, not a punishment, a signal that you are stretching beyond your limits and approaching your potential. A key idea is that struggle tests character. When you encounter difficulty, you have a choice. Let it break you or use it to sharpen your mind. Those who succeed consistently choose the latter, turning discomfort into deliberate action and frustration into learning. Over time, this practice strengthens mental armor, reinforces discipline, and develops an unshakable mindset. The chapter also emphasizes reframing perspective. By viewing pain as feedback rather than failure, you gain control over your reactions. Every obstacle is an opportunity to practice patience, endurance, and courage, transforming ordinary effort into extraordinary results. In the end, pain as fuel teaches that growth is inseparable from struggle. Success is not about avoiding hardship, but about learning to harness it. By using pain as fuel, you create momentum, sharpen your focus, and turn life's inevitable challenges into stepping stones toward mastery. Your mind becomes not just a survivor, but a weapon capable of thriving under pressure.
The art of relentless focus. In a world filled with constant distractions, achieving meaningful results requires more than effort. It requires relentless focus. The art of relentless focus teaches that your ability to concentrate on what truly matters is the difference between mediocrity and mastery. The mind is easily pulled in multiple directions, but disciplined focus channels energy toward high-value actions that drive progress. The chapter explains that focus is not about working harder, it's about working smarter and with intention. Every task, goal, or challenge competes for your attention, and scattering it dilutes your effectiveness. By learning to prioritize, eliminate distractions, and block out mental noise, you create a powerful force capable of cutting through chaos and producing extraordinary results. Relentless focus requires practice and self-awareness. The author emphasizes strategies such as defining clear objectives, breaking work into actionable steps, and creating environments that support concentration. Additionally, it involves mastering mental control, resisting impulses, saying no to low-priority tasks, and training the mind to return to the task at hand despite interruptions. A key insight is that focus and discipline reinforce each other.
Consistently practicing focused effort strengthens your mental resilience, making it easier to stay on track even when faced with obstacles or fatigue. Over time, this creates a momentum that propels you toward your goals faster and with greater precision than sheer effort alone could achieve. In short, the sharper your focus, the more unstoppable your mind becomes.
Discipline as a daily weapon. Discipline is not a one-time act. It is a lifestyle, a constant practice that shapes who you are and what you can achieve. Discipline as a daily weapon emphasizes that true power comes from making disciplined choices every single day, even when no one is watching and motivation is low. It is this daily commitment that separates those who succeed from those who drift through life. The chapter explains that discipline works like a muscle. It strengthens with consistent exercise. Each small action, waking up early, completing a task, resisting a temptation, adds another layer of control and self-mastery. Over time, these choices compound, creating momentum that propels you toward your goals with unstoppable force. In essence, discipline is not restrictive, it is liberating, giving you the freedom to shape your life instead of being controlled by impulses or circumstances. The author highlights the importance of routine, structure, and systems. By creating habits that support your goals, you reduce reliance on willpower and make disciplined behavior automatic. Discipline becomes less about struggle and more about alignment with your long-term vision. Even when challenges arise, daily practice ensures that you remain steady, focused, and resilient. A key takeaway is that discipline is both proactive and defensive. It empowers you to take decisive action while also protecting you from distractions, poor decisions, and self-sabotage. The more you train your mind to act with intention, the stronger and more reliable it becomes. Ultimately, discipline as a daily weapon teaches that every day is a chance to sharpen your mental edge. By treating discipline as a tool rather than a burden, you transform ordinary routines into a powerful arsenal for growth, achievement, and mastery. Consistency in small, deliberate actions turns your mind into a weapon that can conquer any challenge. Mastering the balance of control and chaos. Life is unpredictable, full of uncertainty and unexpected challenges. Mastering the balance of control and chaos explores how discipline does not mean rigid control over every moment, but rather the ability to navigate chaos with clarity and purpose. True mental mastery comes from knowing what you can control, accepting what you cannot, and acting decisively in the space between. The chapter explains that trying to control everything is a trap. It creates frustration, stress, and mental fatigue. Instead, the key is to develop flexible discipline, a mindset that maintains focus and direction even when circumstances shift. By cultivating adaptability alongside structured routines, you build the ability to respond to challenges rather than react impulsively. A core idea is that chaos tests your mental armor. Distractions, setbacks, and unexpected events reveal weaknesses in focus and resilience. Those who succeed learn to use chaos as a training ground, refining decision-making skills, emotional control, and strategic thinking under pressure. By embracing uncertainty as part of life, you transform obstacles into opportunities for growth. The author also emphasizes the importance of perspective. Recognizing the difference between what is within your control and what is not reduces wasted energy and strengthens mental clarity. Discipline becomes a tool for navigating life's storms rather than a rigid rulebook that fails under pressure. Ultimately, mastering the balance of control and chaos teaches that mental strength is not about eliminating uncertainty, it is about thriving within it. By balancing control with adaptability, you create a resilient mind capable of facing any challenge, making sound decisions under pressure, and converting disorder into a strategic advantage. Discipline, when paired with flexibility, becomes an unstoppable force. The discipline of the body, the discipline of the soul. True discipline goes beyond mental strength. It encompasses both the body and the soul. The discipline of the body, the discipline of the soul, emphasizes that peak performance and resilience are built when physical health, habits, and emotional well-being work in harmony with mental focus. A strong mind cannot thrive in a weak body, and a disciplined body cannot reach its potential without purpose and meaning. The chapter explains that physical discipline through exercise, nutrition, sleep, and recovery provides energy, stamina, and clarity. The body is the vessel through which all action flows, and neglecting it undermines even the strongest mental intentions. Similarly, spiritual and emotional discipline nurtures patience, self-awareness, and inner peace, enabling you to stay grounded in the face of challenges. Together, body and soul discipline create a foundation for sustained achievement. A key idea is the integration of daily practices. Habits such as mindful movement, reflection, meditation, and purposeful routines strengthen both resilience and character. The author stresses that true mastery is holistic. Neglecting one aspect of yourself creates vulnerability, while cultivating both leads to balance, endurance, and a sense of control over life's uncertainties. The chapter also highlights alignment. Every choice, physical, mental, or emotional, should support long-term goals. Discipline becomes a unifying force, shaping not only what you do, but who you become. Ultimately, the discipline of the body, the discipline of the soul, teaches that the mind, body, and spirit are interconnected. To forge a truly unstoppable mind, you must train all aspects of yourself. By cultivating strength, health, and emotional clarity, you create a life of power, resilience, and purpose, where challenges are met with confidence and determination. Becoming unstoppable is the culmination of the principles laid out in Turn Your Mind into a Weapon. It reveals that ultimate success and mastery are not the result of luck, talent, or fleeting motivation. They are the outcome of consistent discipline, mental resilience, and unwavering focus. To become unstoppable, you must forge a mind and life that can withstand any obstacle and turn challenges into opportunities. The chapter emphasizes that an unstoppable mindset is built through daily choices. Each act of discipline, each decision to embrace discomfort, and each moment of focus compounds over time, creating momentum that cannot be easily halted. The mind becomes a weapon not by avoiding struggle, but by confronting it, learning from it, and using it as fuel to move forward. A core idea is self-reliance. Those who become unstoppable do not depend on external validation, circumstances, or fleeting motivation. They cultivate inner strength, resilience, and confidence that allow them to act decisively in the face of fear, doubt, and uncertainty. Every setback is treated as feedback, every failure as a lesson, and every success as proof of what consistent effort can achieve. The chapter also highlights the integration of body, mind, and spirit. True unstoppable power comes from aligning physical health, emotional balance, and mental clarity. Neglecting any one of these aspects creates weakness, while nurturing all three creates resilience that is unshakable. Ultimately, becoming unstoppable teaches that mastery is a journey, not a destination. By applying the principles of focus, discipline, resilience, and growth consistently, you transform into a person who cannot be easily deterred, distracted, or defeated. Your mind becomes a weapon, your habits become armor, and your life becomes an unstoppable force of achievement and purpose.
Listening to Turn Your Mind into a Weapon, The Road to Insane Discipline, is a wake-up call for anyone who wants to transform their life from the inside out. This book shows that true power and success start in the mind. It's not about talent or luck, it's about building mental resilience, embracing discomfort, and committing to ruthless consistency. From understanding that the greatest battles are internal, to learning how to harness pain as fuel, and mastering focus amidst chaos, every chapter provides practical insights to forge a mind that cannot be easily shaken. You discover how to build habits that strengthen both body and soul, turning discipline into a daily weapon, and ultimately becoming unstoppable in pursuit of your goals. If there's one key takeaway, it's this. Victory in life begins with controlling your thoughts, confronting your excuses, and showing up every day no matter how difficult it feels. If you want more life-changing lessons distilled into actionable insights, subscribe to WiserReads. Every video gives you the tools to grow, improve, and take control of your future. Don't let another day pass by. Join our community and start turning your mind into the ultimate weapon today. Your best self is waiting.